Before Darth Vader, before Palpatine, even before the legendary Rule of Two, there was a darkness that started it all. Most fans think the Sith were always an empire of evil, but the truth? It began with a single Jedi Master who dared to look beyond the code. His name was Ajunta Paul, and this is the story of how a hero of the Jedi Order became the first Dark Lord of the Sith. Let's jump way back, thousands of years before the Skywalker saga. The Jedi Order was rocked by a massive split called the 100-Year Darkness. Picture ancient Jedi clashing in brutal battles, swinging lightsabers and vibroblades, fighting not just for victory, but for the very soul of the Force itself. Ajunta Paul was one of the Jedi's brightest. But he discovered something dangerous, the secret of creating and reshaping life through the Force itself. The Jedi Council freaked out. They called it an abomination, and Pal, along with his followers, were branded as heretics. But Pal didn't see it as evil. He saw evolution, a new frontier for the Jedi. That difference exploded into a century-long war that left the galaxy scarred and bleeding. In the end, Pal and his followers lost. Defeated at the Battle of Korbos, they were stripped of their ranks and cast out into the unknown regions. Alone in the cold void, with battered ships and shattered hope, they thought they'd die forgotten. But then, they found Korriban. On this harsh, red desert world, they encountered the Sith, a species primitive, fierce, and ruled by ancient traditions. To the native Sith, these exiled Jedi, wielding lightsabers and powers beyond imagining, looked like gods. Ajunta Paul drew his blade, toppled their king, and seized the throne. It was in that moment the Jedi exile faded away, and the very first Dark Lord of the Sith was born. But that victory, it came with a terrible price. The empire Paul built was fueled by betrayal, fear, and endless hunger for power. After his death, his spirit was trapped in his tomb for 3,000 years. When Revan, the hero of legend, finally faced Pal's ghost, the first Lord didn't boast about his power, he spoke of regret. Pal realized the dark side wasn't evolution, it was a hunger that never ended, a curse that devoured his soul. He'd started a war that would rage for generations, only to discover, far too late, that he'd lost everything. Ajunta Paul is proof. Sometimes, the greatest villains begin with the best intentions. If you want to dive deeper into ancient Sith history, check out our playlist. Subscribe to the Holocron Files, and may the Force be with you.